So Nigel, we got our first win of the season last weekend at home to Walsall. Looking back on that now, what's your assessment on our performance?
Oh, the character of the players, the attitude, the heart, the soul, led by Tom Davies to start off with. That first minute, they've come to bully us and Tom stood up, not on our mitten. It was brilliant. It was good. We've won the game. Great goal from 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗘𝗏, come from a set piece. The set piece was perfect, but it was the second phase. The bits of movement that we had were really, really good. But for me, the character of the players, he stood up. Listen, we would have liked to have passed the ball a hell of a lot more, but we had to make sure that we stood toe to toe, and we did that. So I was really pleased with the players, and we've won the game, which was important.
We then went to Leicester on Tuesday night, and the Super White Army got right behind us, of course, in what was a really tough game. What did you learn from our performance there?
Again, you just said it, the Super White Army, they got right behind us in the Walsall game on the Saturday when we needed it most, because we were up against it for little pieces of time. They got right behind the players. It was brilliant. We've got a team, we've got a club. It was great. And then for over 1,200 supporters on a Tuesday evening to make the effort to come and support our team and try and get home as well. The motorways all being shut, it was like it's gone 2 o'clock in the morning by the time we've got back, because the motorways were shut. And great credit to John the driver, by the way. You don't realise how much, we're all a team and everyone has different little roles that they go and do. And John the driver, he's really important for us. He's really important. He's part of our team. Say together everyone achieves more, and he got us home safely. So that was good. But the other night, great challenge. You can just see it's a Premier League outfit. The Super White Army sung all the way through to get right behind the players. And that was the rewards for beating Accrington 3, should have scored 5 in the previous round. And they're right behind the players. And the players we've done right for 40 minutes, and then they've gone and scored. It's a great strike from the lad who's gone and scored. Unfortunately, Connor slipped. And Lee just couldn't get there quick enough, and he lashed it right in the top corner. So it was a great finish from them. Then obviously, and up until that, I watched the game back. I watched it on a wide-angle screen, so maybe not the TV coverage of with the commentators on that the supporters watch, but I watched it on a wide-angle screen so I could see everybody in the movements. And we dictated the game. Although they had a lot of possession, we've tried to force it in one way. And from our point of view, there was many things we did well, things we need to learn from, and we did that in the debrief this morning, a few scenarios that we're in. So in-game decision-making, as they did some very good decision-makers. When you put out one fire, they found a solution to find another way. But the penalty, it's fair to say, is really changed the complexion of the game, because we're 1-0 still in it. You know, at half-time, we believed we were still in it, and anything can happen on a cup game. And obviously then they just showed how quickly they move the ball. You know, the higher you get, you've got to scan, watch your next pass before you've got it, and you've got to play it quickly and calmly. And they zipped it there. You could hear them, ball speed, pass the ball quickly. And even though we tried to force them into certain areas of the pitch, technically they were very, very good, that you could move the ball and get out of the situation with ball. But the other side of it is how hard they work defensively. You know, I spoke to the manager, Steve Cooper, after the game, and again, they work really hard when they haven't got the ball, because you know what it's like, and forcing us into situations where we can't keep the ball well, you know. So, but again, I was really pleased because, as I say, for 40 minutes we were in the game, we were doing well. Joe's had one good save to make. Second half, it's got away from us after the second goal. But then we've made a couple of changes and we changed our shape a bit. And I was really pleased we passed the ball. You know, again, another bit of adaptation. What can we learn from it? How can we improve? How can we be agile enough in our decision making to just see, well, how can we affect the game a little bit more? And at times we did, and we went to a 1-3 diamond 3, and we passed the ball really well in the spaces for us. So from my point of view, that was a nice little element of the game that we've done. And Josh Williams getting on the pitch and Sol Solomon, really good. And players returning from injury, Connor Wood, Zach Bradshaw in particular, really pleased that we got them on the pitch.
I was going to mention, we saw Connor Wood and Zach Bradshaw return, and Kieran Morris back on the bench as well. How are they getting on in their recoveries at the moment? Yeah, they've trained really well this morning.
It's Thursday, so again, really pleased. Kieran Morris, he wasn't fit enough to play the game because he's not trained, right? He's coming back from injury. So we used the warm-up period of his training session. Because you could have 9 players on the bench as well, we put him on the bench, so he's involved. Didn't really have any intention of getting him on, but he was there, and obviously it just helps that he's back in part of the fold, and he's trained with the group again this morning.
How are the rest of the injured players at the moment, and do we have any more close to returning?
Well, we'll have to see at the weekend. Obviously it's a bit of a challenging period when we go on Saturday, Tuesday. Great credit to the players. Great credit to the staff and the players because they are working so hard. Great credit to the supporters because they're following us. Saturday, Tuesday, it's expensive. And we appreciate you taking the time to come and just support us and get behind it. And we're doing everything we can to try and give you something to be proud of.
And the transfer window closes, of course, tomorrow evening, Friday evening. Are you anticipating any more movement in terms of incomings or outgoings?
Who knows? I'm not looking to move anybody on. But I want to keep a small group of players. Everyone wants to go and play. Everyone needs to go and play. And as I said at the very beginning of the summer period, a lot of deals, most deals are done the last 2 days of the window. What we've got to make sure we avoid doing is bringing somebody in just for the sake of bringing them in, where they're not really going to go and figure and play. Obviously, we've got a situation with the injuries, but hopefully they're going to come back as well sooner rather than later, and we'll have a good, strong squad of players. But if there's somebody out there who we believe can help us and is available, there's many factors that get involved in this. So for me, it's making sure we don't just bring somebody in for the sake of it, but we're going to bring somebody in if it's available to actually help us kick on to the next bit. And then obviously we got the January window that'll have all these conversations about all over again.
And we travelled to Carlisle on Saturday, another new team to the league after they came back down last season. What do you expect from them this weekend? Tough game.
Paul Simpson, excellent manager, England manager, knows what he's on about, knows what he's doing. He's got promoted from this division before, so obviously they've gone up, they've come down. I know there's one player in particular that we wanted to try and sign, couldn't get anywhere near the wages that Carlisle had given, so that's another thing that people maybe don't understand and take into consideration, but not for the lack of trying. And as a football club, we've done great, but it's going to be a real tough game. Big side, keeper kicks at the length of the pitch, big centre forward in 𝗦𝗧𝗣𝗣𝗥, quickie off him, 2 wing backs, 3 big centre halves, long throws, direct play. Of course they can play, but we've got to make sure. We've had a similar game at Port Vale and at Walsall where we've got to stand up and be counted, because we're certainly going to be tested. We'll have a good following, they'll have a big following at home. It's a big pitch, so there's many things that we've already had to have done before, we're going to have to do again. And the players, you cannot fault the effort. You know, sometimes refereeing decisions have gone against us so far. Maybe we get one over the course of the season where things go, but you take that out of the equation. It's competitive, we've got a competitive side. I know Carlisle's going to be competitive, so it's going to be a good afternoon's football for the neutral.